Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special episode of GodSaw's Turnbuckle, the wrestling video podcast I run over here on youtube.com forward slash, I messed up the forward slash one there for you, forward slash UC Campbell. And it is a special episode of GodSaw's Turnbuckle. We're not doing our traditional reviews or anything. That'll be coming later in that will be coming later in the week. This particular episode of GodSaw's Turnbuckle is going to focus around predictions for WWE Survivor Series 2018. We are also going to be doing a prediction show for NXT TakeOver Los Angeles as well. That will be coming up here very soon to go along with that. And these ones will probably be out before the pay-per-views air live on Saturday and Sunday. So we should have those out here very soon for you guys. But let's get right into it. We've had a lot of crazy things go down this week in the terms of WWE side. A lot of things that are crazy and exciting to go along with it. We've had the changing of two matches in general. Well, three if you count the aspect of some of the Survivor Series teams having to be changed around to go along with that. That'll probably make it to be about 4 matches that will be changed in some way, shape, or form. And it was a crazy week in which we will talk about in the traditional podcast. And I've got my views and everything to go along with that, which, like I said, we'll talk about at greater detail at a different time. So let's get into the predictions, which is going to be we're going to do the Survivor Series Tag Team Elimination Tag Team match. So basically it's involving the tag teams of Raw and SmackDown. All 10 of them. Pretty much all 10 of them. To the certain extent. The 10 that aren't the champions, which we have another match with them a little bit later to predict. Actually, we'll probably predict it right after this one. So let's go over the Raw and the SmackDown team. Raw's team consists of Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. They are the captains based off of the Battle Royal that had to happen twice on Monday. You have the Ascension. You have the B Team, Heath Slater and Rhino, and the Revival. You have those 5 teams to go up against SmackDown's 5 teams, which consist of the New Day, the Club, the Usos, who are the team captains based off their match with the New Day, Sanity, and the Colognes. Yeah, I just don't see SmackDown's team not winning this one in any way, shape, or form. At this point in time, just based off of the tag teams that I named and how the Raw tag team division has been treated versus kind of to the certain extent that the SmackDown tag team division has been portrayed, I am definitely going with Team SmackDown on this one. They're going to probably win this one. But based off of how it's supposed to look, they'll probably make it closer than what it actually is in that one. But based off of this would be the one Survivor Series match that you wouldn't be shocked of a 5-0 happened. We'll just leave it at that. So this brings us to the other tag team. It's going to be tag team champions versus tag team champions. You got the Authors of Pain, the Raw tag team champions, going up against the Bar, the SmackDown tag team champions. This one will actually be an interesting match. And again, this is one of those pay-per-views where you're kind of gonna get potential heel versus heel matchups to go along with it. And that's what you pretty much got here to go along with. I'm going to go with the Authors of Pain winning this one, or AOP. They just call them AOP now for that one. So I'm actually going to go with the Authors of Pain picking up the victory in this particular match. I don't really have a particular reason why I'm picking them, but I feel like AOP is probably going to be set as maybe in the terms of the dominant tag team champions at that point to go along with it. On that one. So I'm going to go with AOP winning. I could be completely wrong on this one. I know the Bar is going to have Big Show at ringside. That makes me even it makes me think even more that AOP is going to end up winning this particular match. So let's go into the one match of this one that's not going to be a Raw versus SmackDown thing. It's going to legitimately be a it's just essentially Raw versus Raw on this one, because it is the Cruiserweight Championship match. That's right, they're going to have another Cruiserweight title match here. It's going to be Buddy Murphy versus Mustafa Ali. And Buddy Murphy picked up the title back at Super Showdown off of Cedric Alexander, who is yet to have his rematch. They've been playing a storyline there where Cedric hasn't been able to get a win since losing that match. So Drake Maverick, the commissioner, who's also going to be managing the Authors of Pain in this on this pay-per-view to go along with that, has declined his rematch clause for the time being until he gets things kind of back together. He wants best match possible, so he set up a number one contendership match with Tony Nese and Mustafa Ali, essentially, and Mustafa Ali picked up the victory on that particular one to get this match with Buddy Murphy. I don't see any point of taking the title off of Buddy Murphy at this point in time, so I will be going with Buddy Murphy in this one, though I would like to see Mustafa Ali pick up that title at some point in time. He's been doing some great work down there on 205 Live. From everything I've gotten to watch down the line, I haven't been able to watch too much 205 Live, but from anything that I've watched, I've liked Mustafa Ali's work, not just as a wrestler, but also as a character. They've been doing some good character work down there to go along with that. So let's go into the other Survivor Series multi-person matches. Let's go with Team Raw going up against Team SmackDown on the men's side. This one is going to consist on Raw's side of Braun Strowman, Drew McIntyre, Dolph Ziggler. You have Finn Balor, and who's there? Bobby Lashley, because he won a match against Elias with Leo Rush pulling the James Ellsworth, where he was under the ring and prevented Elias from getting in the ring and got the count out. Going up against Team SmackDown's, which is going to consist of Miz, now just being the team captain on his own based off of what happened on Tuesday. And you have Shane McMahon. You will have Rey Mysterio, Samoa Joe, and Jeff Hardy. I'm actually going, based off of how things are going with the Raw side, and they have like a lot of different stories that could be told through them winning this particular match. I'm going to go with the SmackDown men's, or not the SmackDown men's team, but the Raw men's team to win this actual match and claim, what would they call it, dominance on this particular one. I'm not 100% certain on that side. It's just going to be, I just feel like the Raw men's team is going to win this one and take that portion of the advantage to go along with it. I mean, you have the Strowman stuff where if they get led to victory, he gets a title shot, he gets Baron Corbin. You also have Corbin's stuff to go along with it. It will lead to some interesting stuff to see if they do any interferences to go along with it. It would be interesting to see if Corbin betrays Raw because he doesn't want to face Braun Strowman or something to go along with that. There's some interesting things that could be played off there. You don't have that many interesting things on the SmackDown side, though they could play a few things out of it to go along with that as well on that one. So up next we have the Team Raw women's team going up against the Team SmackDown women's team. So on Raw, you're going to have Alexa Bliss, who's captain but not in the match. Is going to be Mickie James, Nia Jax, Tamina, Natalya, and Ruby Riott. And then on SmackDown's team, you're going to have someone they have yet to name. They have yet to name a fifth member on this one as of the recording of this. They could have by the time I released this, who knows. But on the team so far is Sonya Deville, Naomi, Asuka, and Carmella, with someone going to be taking the fifth spot based off the factor that of what happened on Monday and the announcement on Tuesday that Charlotte is now going to be facing Ronda Rousey to go along with it. On this one, I see the SmackDown team winning this one based off of how they pulled out the stories to go along with everything. The Raw team is built to, outside of Natalia, has been built around people that will work together. Not necessarily so much on the SmackDown side to go along with it. And I feel like SmackDown's women's team is going to pull the victory out this year. They've yet to do so in these Survivor Series matches. I think Raw won the last two on that one in 2016 and 2017. So I think SmackDown's going to get the victory on this one. And I don't know what they're going to, like, storyline wise, I don't know where they're going to go with any of these particular ones. There's not, I won't say that there's not interesting stories on there, but you have interesting things that could be coming out of it on the Raw side, especially if they don't pick up the victory. On SmackDown side, if they pick up the win, it would probably work out a little bit better on that side. Plus, I guess you could have a little bit of dissension in there. You're still having the dissension in there with Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, but it'll be interesting to see who their fifth member is going to be as well to go along with it. So now we are going to go to the Intercontinental Champion, Seth Rollins, going up against the United States Champion, Shinsuke Nakamura. This is one of those matches that, yes, storyline-wise has not been built up a lot because Seth has been primarily focusing on Dean Ambrose on Monday Night Raw, which I think is going to play a lot into this particular match. And I'm going to go with Shinsuke Nakamura to pick up a victory here. I was very hesitant to pick Shinsuke Nakamura, considering he does not have a very good pay-per-view track record as of late. But based off of how they're doing a lot of things here, it makes sense for Shinsuke to win this particular one. They could play something off of Dean Ambrose where he's not going to care about brand loyalty or anything like that. He's just going to make Seth's life he's going to try to make Seth's life a living hell, everything to go along with that. So I will be going with Shinsuke Nakamura to pick up the victory in the IC title versus US title match. So I think, yeah, that does it for most of those. So we're going to go into the two big matches now. Well, they are the two big matches, though one was definitely going to be a lot bigger than the other before changes happen. We'll go ahead with the next match is going to be Raw Women's Champion versus SmackDown Women's Champion, or not SmackDown Women's Champion, but again, so you have Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey going up against SmackDown's representative, replacing Becky Lynch because she had a severe concussion, and they announced it as a broken face. That's an interesting one to call off on, calling it a broken face. I think it was diagnosed as a broken nose. I don't know, but the concussion is the thing that was actually taking Becky Lynch out of that particular match. She picked Charlotte on Tuesday. Again, we'll talk a little bit more about those bits in the traditional podcast since this is, my pick has not really changed here. There was a piece of me that wanted to go ahead and pick Charlotte because they could do something, because I feel like they could do something with it, but I don't think they're going to go that route quite yet. I don't think they're going to go that route quite yet of having Ronda lose. I didn't think that they were going to have Becky go over Ronda, but they were going to make Becky look extremely strong in that match. And I think they're going to do the same for Charlotte as well in this one. So I am going to go with Ronda Rousey picking up the victory in this one to go along with that. I could see some interesting story bits if they decided to go that route of having Ronda lose, where even though she wasn't medically cleared, maybe Becky Lynch gets involved in the match, costs Ronda the match, something like that. Maybe to continue their story a little bit more for whenever they do have their eventual match, because based off of the promo on Tuesday, Becky and Ronda are going to have a match at some point in time. It's just a matter of not if, but when they decide to pull the trigger on that match down the line here. So I'm going to go with Ronda picking up the victory here, though I would not be shocked if they did something where Charlotte picked up a fluky style or a non-clean finish in this match. So this is going to bring us to what I think will more than likely be the main event now. If I were, if it had stayed the same and it was Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch, that was the main event of the night. Straight up, that was going to be the main event, at least for most people, to go along with that, because based off the build, based off of what they did on Raw, everything to go along with it, that it felt like the main event of the pay-per-view, right there. But more than likely, I feel like this match, or I guess maybe the Team Raw versus Team SmackDown men's match may end it, but I feel like they would probably end it on this particular one. They could still end the show with Ronda Rousey and Charlotte. I would not see that. I would not be against that one either, being the actual main event of the show. But I feel like they were going to go with Universal Champion going up against WWE Champion for the actual main event of the show. It is going to be Brock Lesnar going up against the new WWE Champion, Daniel Bryan. I am going to be scared watching this match, just based off of everything Brock does and the history of Daniel Bryan. This is going to be a scary match to watch. It is going to probably be a very uncomfortable match to watch as well, to go along with it. I don't know. It's one of those I don't know moments. We'll see how they decide to book the match and where they go along with everything. And honestly, I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to go out on a limb on this one. I haven't gone out really on a limb on any of these particular ones. They all seem kind of normal picks, everything to go along with that. I'm going to go out on a limb on this one because I like to do that every now and again, so screw it. I'm going to go Daniel Bryan. Why not? Why not do it? You had him go full-fledged heel, win the WWE title to get a match with Brock Lesnar, of all things, on Tuesday. It was insanity. It was insanity with what they decided to go with and how far they went with everything on Tuesday night to not only get the title off of AJ Styles, but to make Daniel Bryan a full-fledged heel. Why not go a little bit further with it and have him pick up a victory against Brock Lesnar? Even if it is going to be a fluky style victory and we don't get that clean finish that we won against Brock Lesnar until a little bit later on down the line when he loses the title again, because somebody's eventually going to have to beat Brock where no one gets involved, anything to go along with that. I feel like they could overbook this match in every way, shape, or form, and have something crazy go down to set up for the eventual whoever takes that title off of Brock Lesnar down the line. So why not? Why not? I'm going to go out on a limb on it. Screw it. I'm going to just say screw it. I'm going out on a limb, and I'm going to go with Daniel Bryan picking up the victory. I have no actual reason why. But why not? It's almost as a why not moment for that particular one. I'll probably be wrong, but who cares? Who cares on that one? I will love to see if they would be have the guts to really just it's like, you know what? We went full on with a heel turn. Why not have him beat Brock too? Why not? It would be an interesting one to go along with it. So that is going to be my predictions for WWE Survivor Series 2018. If this one goes up before the NXT TakeOver predictions, be on the lookout for that. If not, that one will also be up on the channel to go along with it, so expect to see that on the channel as well. With that being said, I do not know if I'm going to be doing live reactions on the show for Survivor Series. It's really going to be up in the air on that particular one, whether or not we're going to do so or not. But with that being said, everybody, I hope you guys enjoyed everything. I hope Survivor Series ends up being a lot of fun. And peace out, take care, and have a great rest of your day.